Making a strong offer. How can we do that? First step is pre-qualification. Second step is pre-approval. Third step is Powerbid, right? Let me give you a breakdown. It's Mike Nielsen over Guaranteed Rate. So first step is pre-qualification. What you're doing there is you're talking to a loan officer very quickly. Maybe credit's pulled, but a lot of the information you're providing is just upfront, verbal. I make this, I have that in the bank, so on and so forth. Most sellers and most sellers' agents, realtors that are representing the seller, aren't a big fan of pre-qualification because they understand that there's holes in that process, right? If it's information you're providing and not information the lender's verified, then they don't feel as confident about it. Pre-approval is that next layer. That's when we take a deeper dive. We pull credit, we get your pay stubs, we get your W-2s, tax returns, bank statements. We really look at everything from that standpoint, and a loan officer issues you a pre-approval. Powerbid is when you take that and you put it on steroids. That's when we put your loan in front of an underwriter and they actually underwrite your file and issue you a commitment letter. That commitment letter you can then take to the sellers and say, hey, I already got reviewed from underwriting. I don't need to really do much more than get your house. So once you have a house under agreement, that process should move very smoothly after that, as long as you don't do anything to change anything about your qualification. Now, in terms of using Powerbid, since there's some extra steps there in getting your loan into underwriting, the process there is you talk to me about it, we submit your loan to Powerbid, Powerbid processor reaches out, they collect all of your documentation, then submit to your underwriting. We also send you a disclosure or two for you to acknowledge. Then after we get you submitted to underwriting, ideally speaking, we get a approval within 24 to 48 hours from the time we submit you. So how quickly we can submit you to underwriting is how quickly we can get it back. So from that standpoint, what this can do for you in the marketplace is it can help beat those other two things that we talked about, right? If you're up against a pre-qualification or a pre-approval and you have a Powerbid underwritten approval or a commitment letter, you're gonna look more attractive, all other terms considered. You're gonna look more attractive to the seller than those other options are, right? Particularly if we explain it correctly. If we have me reaching out, calling the agent, explaining that the Powerbid's been taken care of, so on and so forth, can also help you maybe close quicker. Now, there's one other thing that I'm gonna do a separate video on, but it's called our Fast Track program. You could take the Powerbid program, couple it with the Fast Track, and we could potentially close your loan in 10 to 15 days.